There's no doubt that Amazon in the US is the largest Amazon marketplace. And if you are thinking of starting your journey on Amazon in the US or expanding to Amazon US, well, you need to know the correct business registration system, specifically if you are a non-US resident or a non-US national. So let's talk about it. Now, of course, on this channel, we talk about Amazon. However, we specifically focus on Amazon in the Middle East. But we help and support hundreds of sellers every single year expand onto Amazon's other marketplaces, such as Amazon US. So, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6.5 steps that you need to follow right here so that you can successfully register as a seller on Amazon using a US-based company. Not only that, I've got a special interview in this video, so make sure that you watch till the end so that you can have all of the information required to successfully register an account, a seller account on Amazon, and not get rejected. Before we dive into the video, of course, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you thumbs up this video so YouTube can spread it to other entrepreneurs just like you, and leave me a comment or a question in the comment section below. And if you're looking for help and support with launching your Amazon business in the Middle East, make sure that you reach out to the team, myself and my team, on our official website, www.assmiddleeast.org. We also have a special secret PDF file which you can download for free. You'll find it linked in the description box of this video. It contains all the tips and tricks that you need in order to succeed on Amazon in the Middle East. Step number 1, type of company. There are multiple types of companies that you can incorporate in the US, but the most common 3 would be sole proprietorship, an LLC or a limited liability company, and 3, a C Corp or an S Corp. The most common type of business for Amazon sellers would be an LLC. Make sure that you do your research and you figure out which one is best for you. But in this example, I'm going to be using LLC. Number 2, state or jurisdiction. You also need to decide which state or jurisdiction you want to register your company in. The most famous states for multiple benefits are Wyoming, Delaware, Nevada, as well as Florida. There are lots of perks and reasons why you would want to incorporate in certain states versus other states, but certainly those benefits would be related to both state tax and federal tax. Normally, sellers on Amazon, specifically if you are a non-US based resident, you would focus on states where you have very low taxes. Number 3, choose a business name. I know this might seem like a very simple thing to do. However, it is very important and vital that you choose a business name that is quite unique, not very similar to other common, well-known businesses, just so that you can avoid being rejected. So there has to be some type of uniqueness, and you also need to abide by any rules and regulations set by the state where you are registering your business. And number 4, register your business. Yes, you need to file your incorporation documents in order to register your business in the state. Depending on which state you select, it might take anywhere between 24 hours all the way up to 2 weeks for your business to be registered, but normally it is within 2 to 3 business days. Number 5, get your employer identification number, better known as EIN. Now this, in all of the steps that we're going to be discussing, this step in particular is the one that takes the longest. You might have heard a lot of information online saying that EIN might take up to 2 months to be fully registered and for you to have an EIN number. And yes, that's true. Normally it does take a while. However, there are certain providers and service providers that can give you services where they can probably get you an EIN number within 2 weeks. This number is very essential for you because it is what you require for tax purposes. It is also required for our next step, which is opening a business bank account. And you do, of course, require it in order to register and become a seller on Amazon. And like I said, moving on to step number 6, opening a bank account. Of course, you require to have a valid bank account in the US in order to register and become an Amazon seller. And even if you're not looking to become an Amazon seller, you also need a bank account in order to do business in the US. Now, remember in the beginning of the video, I said 6.5 steps. So the half step is not really a step, but maybe more or less a side note or something to be mindful of. If you're doing all of this incorporation to register as a seller on Amazon in the US, you need to be very careful that you get a valid address in the US when you want to register. So one of the reasons why Amazon might reject your application to become a seller on Amazon in the US is that you're using a PO box. Recently, you hear a lot about sellers saying that they've been rejected because they don't have a valid address, they have just a simple virtual address. And we've seen some addresses and PO boxes in the US being used by hundreds, if not thousands of sellers on Amazon, and that's not gonna work. So you need to make sure that you get yourself a real address. Obviously, there are service providers, and we're gonna introduce you to one of them in this video that can help and support this. But this is a very important requirement because this is essential. The address is essential so that you can get accepted as a seller on Amazon. Now, of course, you can do all of these steps on your own, or you can work with business registration service providers that can help and support you and make things easier when it comes to incorporating in the US. So Elida, can you introduce us a little bit more in depth into Clemta's activities?
Clemta is an all-in-one solution helping entrepreneurs to start and manage their own companies. We help them with company formation, and once the business is ready, we also assist our customers with company bank account application, bookkeeping, taxation, trademark registration, generally all kinds of boring paperwork for them while they focus on their business. And until now, we have helped more than 7,000 entrepreneurs from all around the world. We reach more than 150 different countries, and we are the industry leader in terms of customer satisfaction and all score platforms like Trustpilot. And besides that, we're also industry leader in MENA region too, while helping them to expand their business to the United States. We provide customer service in English, Arabic, Spanish, and Turkish, and we generally provide all kinds of paperwork services from the start till the end, like this solution.
So Elida, obviously Clemta supports sellers at all levels and to register LLC. However, as you know, we wanted to talk a little bit more about Amazon sellers. So if you are registering an LLC in the US, what additional things would you require in order to also open an account on Amazon US, and how can Clemta help and support with that?
In principle, there are 50 states in the United States, each with their own regulations, taxation, and also incentives. But generally, Amazon sellers would like to have their US company in the most efficient state. Therefore, there are some states shining in this regard, like Wyoming, Delaware, Illinois, Florida, sometimes. At most, we receive company formation requests in the Wyoming. First of all, the clients can form their companies only in a single day. And there are few maintenance requirements for them. Like, they just need to pay $62 annual report fee to keep their company good standing on the state level. And if you are formed in Wyoming, but you are managing your company from abroad, there is no state income tax. There is no state corporate tax. There is only a little, actually, a lower sales tax, which is very similar to VAT. And with Clemta, how we help generally Amazon sellers, for opening a business account in Amazon, they need a US company, an EIN, company tax number, and a utility bill, and also a bank account. We start with company formation, and once the company is ready, we also help them with getting their EIN, company tax number. Generally, EIN is issued by the IRS, the Federal Tax Authority, and it takes approximately 6 to 8 weeks to get an EIN. But with our customer support, you can even get your EIN in 2 weeks too with our expedite service. And once the EIN is ready, at the last step, you will need a bank account. Clemta is partnered up with various banks and financial institutions, both in the United States and all around the world. And when you would like to open your bank account, we provide all their cons, and how they benefit from such accounts. And generally, our clients select one of them, and we also help them with making relevant applications. And if they have any question, being the bridge between the bank or financial institution and them. Generally, if we aren't there, they can open their bank account sometimes in a month or 1.5 months. But with us, they can get their bank account only in 3 or 5 days.
So, Elida, obviously, the cool thing about Amazon is it's such a global business. So, obviously, there is an option for somebody to register their LLC in the US, to use it on Amazon US, but also to use it on other Amazon marketplaces, such as, for example, the UAE. So you can do that. What would be, though, tax implications? Because obviously we think about business registration, but maybe sometimes we forget about taxes. What would be the tax implications? What should somebody be aware of if they want to use an LLC outside of the US?
First of all, there are 2 types of taxation in the United States: state level and federal level taxes. In state level, as I said, there are some states like Wyoming, Delaware offering tax incentives, especially for non-US resident entrepreneurs. On the federal level, it is like every country. You need to pay a tax depending on your income, deductible expenses, and you calculate this. Generally, a US business can do any business all around the world without any restriction. And generally, if there's any sales made to other countries, there's still no problem. But I would definitely encourage entrepreneurs to review the double taxation prevention agreements between the countries. Since you will have a US company, you will be doing tax sales in other jurisdictions like UAE, Europe, then you should definitely check the double taxation prevention agreements to understand actually where you will be paying your taxes. Other than that, there is no restriction, there is no problem. They can handle anything through the US company.
If you want to reach out to the Clemta team, make sure that you fill out the form, which you will find in the description box of this video. We will then send all of your information to the Clemta team and they will contact you immediately. Thank you so much for Elida and Clemta for helping me put this video together. I hope this was helpful. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave me your comments or questions in the comment section below. I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.